Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream. Welcome to the daily live stream for the stock market. So we're gonna see what do we have today. What do we expect? We're gonna see the scenarios, of course. Today I mentioned that the things are looking positive again without reaching our testing area, and that means, of course, something else is unfolding, which is the wave B again higher as expected, as well as a potential scenario, guys. Let me welcome all of you first and see your special request at the same time. Minuyen, hello, buddy. Can you please do MDB? Yes, we can check MDB. So, of course, we have our main list as usual. We're going to see NASDAQ, SPX 500, gold, silver, and Nvidia and Tesla, of course. Some special requests from the Discord members and, of course, the YouTube also as well. Coming next, MDB for Minuyen. I think the, the nickname is a little bit hard, but I hope that I'm saying it right. So USAR for Arcane. Nice to see you, Arcane. USAR, you're very welcome. And Hungo, hello, buddy. Hi, KG. Can you have a look at MVST? Yes, we can do. And LLY is already there by Discord members. So yeah, you got 2 luck today. All right, Solitarios, hello, buddy. How you doing? Nice to see you. Happy Wednesday for you too, buddy. So Bright morning, how you doing? Can I request the PG Procter and Gamble? Okay, PG Procter and Gamble. All right, we're gonna see this. I think we never did this before. It's a new chart. We're gonna see. Yes, you're very welcome. UEC for Edroy. UEC. All right. You're very welcome, Edroy. Julio, how you doing, buddy? Good morning, KG. Please analyze RDDT. Okay, I think this is Reddit, right? The platform Reddit. I believe so. Shailesh, how you doing? Good morning. Hi. Nice to see you, Xianzu. Also nice to see you there. iOS for Xianzu. Here we go. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's start with our analysis. See what we might expect today for the stock market. So we start with NASDAQ at 12 minutes here. For NASDAQ, of course, I mentioned that we are in a very complex structure, right? We know because, of course, we were supposed to be in a wave 3 and we got invalidation after several 1-2s. And that transformed, of course, to something, whether we are in a running flat where we have, of course, expanding diagonal, very rare case scenario, both as running flat and expanding diagonal. That means, of course, psychologically, the market is very confused and uncertain, right? And that because, of course, we know why. Basically, it is a governmental shutdown of the US, right? So this is depending on the market trust in this situation, right? So we see a lot of confusion. And of course, right now, after this running flat, as we were expecting at the time, we expected, of course, that we don't take the low after 5 ways down and that we might see a rebound toward the upside. And this is exactly what happens. Now, yesterday, I mentioned, of course, we need the testing area in case, because we have finished an impulse here, wave 1 or a wave A. Now, in case you are in a wave 1, you need the wave 2 to reach at least the 0.38 fib level 25K. In case you are in ABC, which should be a zigzag, you might not reach the testing area. And this is exactly what happened so far. We took, of course, 0.23 only, which is a fib level for a wave B, and normally because a zigzag should look like a blitz, right? The wave B always very short, very fast, and normally it can take simply the 0.23, especially if the market is still, of course, in bullish sentiment, and we move higher for a wave C. Now, very important also to mention, as you can see, yes, there are some fib levels here, which are a fib levels for wave B. Meaning, what if we are still in an expanding flat still for a wave 2, right? ABC. But very low possibility, knowing that we saw a reaction, and of course a rebound right now, which is nice. But why very low possibility? Because the structure here is very clear, 5 waves leading diagonal. And probably you got the wave 2 and you might continue toward the upside here. And this might be, of course, the wave C unfolding as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning ABC, of course, as a zigzag might move really toward the upside and taking the all-time high even. But this, of course, is going to create much more uncertainty here. Can be, of course, because, you know, you're still corrective toward the upside. And that means, of course, we are still, we don't know what to do here, right? So if you are in a running flat for a W, because it becomes more complex, then getting 3 waves, it might be your X, and then getting another 3 waves, which it might be wave Y, and then again moving toward the upside. So if this is a case scenario which is reflecting more complexity here, so it can be the possibility that this what it might be happening here. Also, another potential scenario, which it still can be possible, is a leading diagonal, a huge one. And that means, of course, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Can be very possible and very likely that you might get such a potential scenario as a leading diagonal. Now, if this happen, it will fix the complexity that we might have in case, if we see a zigzag here. This can fix it. Why? Because we come back to a normal market, right? So we come back to something normal. We see a motive wave, we need a correction, and then we move up in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 somehow to hit, of course, our target that we were looking for already. So this is what I'm expecting now. So 2 scenarios, whether we are in ABC zigzag up or we are in a leading diagonal also up toward the upside. Unless lower possibility in ABC expanding flat. But if the price doesn't take the high right now, and we stay below the 1.38, we gotta be careful. It might happen, it might happen. Because right now also here, it can be kind of on the 15-minute chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an impulse, motive wave, meaning, we gotta be careful. It might be, So if this is gonna unfold a wave C downward, that might be, of course, a problematic for the scenarios that we mentioned. unless, of course, we hit the 0.38 and we see a reaction. If we see a reaction here toward the upside, then okay, the things also are fixed, are going out of complexity. We're coming back to a normal market. Currently, we cannot say yet that we are in a normal market, especially if we move really higher here as an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you didn't took the 0.38 minimum fib level, yeah. So it is considered much more likely 90%. This is of course a zigzag, okay, and that means we drop down again for something else, which it might be the wave Y. The wave Y normally can be flat, can be zigzag again, or it can be a triangle, which is more complex and more confusion, more hesitation, and you know. So it depends again in the fundamentals thing that it happens in the US government, right? Regarding this shutdown and so on. So of course, guys, this is Elliott wave. It reflects exactly the psychology, what's going on, right? So currently the things are still, of course, like getting fixed on the way, but still confusing. Okay, if we get the wave C, that is gonna still be confusing. If we continue kind of like a diagonal, that would be great, yeah. Or if we get a wave C as an expanding flat, that would be great. The market is coming back to be normal. Of course, we're gonna take the reaction over there, but step by step, guys. Yep. So this is what I'm looking for, NASDAQ, guys. All right. So hello, Bhuvan. How you doing, buddy? How to enter the middle of the up or downtrend? Okay, this is kind of like a financial advice question, which I don't really give on the channel as well. But of course, I mean, you need to have always a strategy. Okay, you need to have always a plan. It's not just about like how to enter. You need, of course, to make your calculation based on your capital, how much to enter first. And of course, before doing this, you have to analyze the risk and you have a risk management. Okay, so it's a big plan, of course, but if I tell you how and when, it becomes a little bit more like financial advice, so I don't like it so much, but you can figure it out. I mean, normally, as per Elliott wave, you want always to catch impulses, all right? Never go in corrections three ways: ABC, WX, NOI, and so on. Triangles, you don't want to trade those. You want to trade always the 5 waves, motive waves, impulse. And the most profitable one is always the wave 3, all right? So when there is a setup, potential setup for 1, 2, then you should already prepare your risk management and the plan, and of course the entry where. So this is how basically it should be. All right, guys. So that was for NASDAQ. Let's move for SPX here. For SPX at 20-minute 30. So SPX should be almost the same, I believe. So we see also the same price action. We see a very low wave B here, potential 3 waves, all 5 waves finished here, kind of. And after this impulse here, we see a very shallow correction and then 5 waves up, which of course signaling something to move even for higher, which might be of course the wave B here as a zigzag. And that means, of course, after a bigger wave B here, you might see something, of course, much more complex again, right? So if we are here in a flat, of course, running flat, W, you might get the X, you might get something as a wave Y. It can be, of course, a zigzag or a flat, or it can be triangle. Again, the same scenario, nothing is different. We, of course, passed the 0.38. We didn't took it. So that is a very strong signal here that something is still keeping the move toward the upside. As an expanding flat also, you can see, oh, that is a very remarkable for SPX. This is very important here. We see that the expanding flat is already overshooted. And that kind of like invalidation of ABC expanding flat, that is very interesting, right? So kind of you can take the answer if we're not in an expanding flat already from SPX, right? Because NASDAQ still a little bit inside it, but probably it might break it, okay? So because also the SPX showing strengths and it has broken broken fib level for a wave B expanding flat here. Very interesting. So very likely that you might be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation toward the upside simply in a very strong trend. Or again, of course, the diagonal, right? Kind of like a diagonal that it has to, of course, come back to this area interfering with the zone 1. Very, very essential. It's a rule. And then moving for a wave 5, finishing wave 1 here, right? And then getting a wave 2, and then explosion toward the upside. So the market gets healthier, okay? So this is what we would like to see, that the market get healthier. If we move simply for higher, it is not healthy market, guys, okay? If we simply move for higher. I know that you love it, but yeah, I mean, moving just simply like that is a little bit reckless. Yeah, so gotta be careful. All right, so this is what I'm looking for right now. So potential scenarios are, sorry, ABC here, A, B, and a C for a wave, potential wave B here. Let's put it in brackets, magenta, here we go. And of course, so meaning this might be also like a wave A, but I prefer to call it W, W and X. Because when having running flat, calling it wave A is a little bit not really nice. Much more probability, highest probability can be, of course, a W when you have a running flat. So rather than a wave A, you might be here in a bigger W, X, and a Y for later on. Okay, so but we're gonna see, of course, maybe the market is gonna fix itself, right? So we're gonna see the decision what it's gonna be. However, the potential is bullish. The sentiments are bullish, yeah, for the market. But yeah, we gotta be careful. Maybe we move one more low and then we continue for higher, finishing wave 1 and then higher. But what I know that we are very corrective still. I mean for bullish, yeah, like we're still looking for higher sooner or later. This is what I want to say. So all of this is still very corrective, meaning we're still looking for higher sooner or later. Yep, so this is regarding the US stock. All right, let's see the gold. So for the gold, we are, let's put it to 25. Okay, so the gold is also very interesting because today we start to see, of course, something ranging as a triangle there, which is a wave 4 in an impulse characteristic, right? And we still have potential double 1, 2 here, and that you have a 1, 2, 3, wave 4, and you're looking for wave 5. We are looking anyway for this zone, which is our testing area, as a potential wave B in case we are here, in case we are in an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have 3 waves up, and then you look again for a wave C downward, okay? So this still might be the possibility because this is a testing area for continuation towards the downside, meaning after finishing 4 and a 5, you finish the structure correctively here. Unless, okay, we drop down, but correctively again with 3 waves ABC, WX, and a Y, triangle again, probably in a wave 4, and that might, of course, be bullish again, meaning new all-time high. Now, how much bullish it's gonna be? Well, it depends, guys. Don't forget that you might have double 1, 2, so it's gonna be like 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So yes, it's still possible to get the target, taking a new high, 4K 500, 4K 600, very likely for the gold. Okay, but we still need the decision inside this area after this triangle range here. Okay, we still need the decision to see what's gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, so this is regarding the gold. Don't forget, in a bigger picture here, you're looking for this wave 5 in the yellow because you have here a 1, 2, and a very extended wave 3. Okay, so this wave 3 is very, very extended because we're looking here for a over 2.618. I don't know why Trading View is lagging. Wow, what's going on with Trading View? Let me check. Is it my connection? No, I think it's from the website. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're still looking, of course, for this wave 5. The blue box is still there. Yeah. Yeah, so these are the potential scenarios for the gold here. If we take a look also at the silver, because the silver also is much more clearer as well normally than the gold because it has less volume than the gold. Okay, come on, trading view. I don't know what's going on with trading view today. Is not loading very fast. Okay. All right. So what do we have here for the silver as well? You have several 1-2s here. You have 1-2 again. Probably can be 3, 4, and a 5, and then another 4 and a 5 here. So you might be in a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, if we move inside it, you can see as well that we have a little bit much clearer corrective wave here that you see, of course, an ABC. And you cannot count it like the gold double 1-2 because here you took the low. So this cannot be a 1-2. Okay, it is kind of like impossible. So if this ends up as 3 waves, well, it might be very likely that it might be here a W, you have an X, and probably the wave Y here is also 3 waves finishing up in the testing area. Currently, we are inside the testing area and we are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And your wave 5 has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the silver is very close for one more high. And that probably we drop down because this might end up, of course, 3 ways inside the testing area. But it depends, of course, on the reaction. So if the reaction is going to be impulsive, well, we're looking simply for a new low here. Okay. We're looking for a new low, A, B, and a C. Don't forget that this is even much clearer impulse than the gold. Very clear impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning the direction of the market is downward at the end. And 3 ways, meaning you are in a correction only here. And you move, of course, for a wave C. Okay. Targets are still might be, of course, between $41 and $44. Yeah, so this is what we might have as potential targets here for the silver. All right, Walid. Hello KG. Is it possible that your wave 5 is an A, W, B, and then C in truncated at X? Okay, that sounds very, very complex. After then, a new impulse resume. That sounds very, very complex. First, you mentioned all the A, W, or B. Not very really, for it can be, of course, but the complexity that you mentioned is with the truncation, which I don't find it anywhere there. And basically, when you want to think like this in a very complex way, you have to invalidate the easiest one. You have to invalidate the simple one first because they are the most common that it happened. And before invalidation of those complex, of those simple structures, then you go complex like this. Yeah. So therefore, very low possibility what you're thinking here, and especially with the truncation because I don't see any kind of truncation. All right. So this is how the things. I mean, honestly, the gold and the silver both are easy chart right now. They are very simple. Honestly, I don't see any complexity right now. Especially also, I mean, the gold, of course, in case that this only there is some issue with it, wave 2, because some platform did not took the high, some platform took it. But it doesn't change the context because if you have 3 waves down anyway, if this has finished like kind of a 3 waves there, and you got 3 waves up, you're looking for the same target 1-to-1 fib level as a regular flat. So it doesn't make any difference, you know. So here, if this is gonna end up as a correction for both case scenario, it's the same and the same target, same results. Okay. So yeah, no fear from it. Nvidia. Let's see this giant. So for Nvidia, we were looking, of course, here for this blue zone. Our target hit perfectly. Sorry, I dropped my pen. So we have hit, of course, the target perfectly here, and we're looking, of course, at a structure which is not good for something to finish up. And that means, of course, even that the target is taken, I still believe that we might still move for higher and probably one more high. And that because if you are here in a big wave 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, and the wave 5, which it's mandatory to finish up in 5 waves, we finished up so far only in 3 waves, right? Now, what is interesting is that the low is not taken after this move here. And we see a rebound. Meaning, what I'm thinking here is definitely WXNOY, or also can be a running flat ABC after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, A, B, and C, or WX for a wave 2, and of course above the testing area with a few dollars here, which is good also, and we see a rebound, meaning it is a reversal pattern here, especially that the answer has been given with this move toward the upside. Currently, if we dive also inside it, we see that this impulse has moved toward the upside. Yesterday, we mentioned we want to test the testing area exactly there. And today, here we go. We are there. We tested. We move toward the upside here. We see a reaction. But now, very important to take, of course, this key level, which is, of course, confirmation for higher prices. So if you take this level there at 200 exactly, very psychological, meaning we simply continue toward the upside impulsively. And it might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 because you are in a 1, 2, and this is your wave 2 here, and you are in a formation of a wave 3, which it might be very, very bullish there. Okay, so be careful with it. All right, guys. So Nvidia might be very, very strong, also bullish in case we continue and you take the confirmation for higher here. Okay. Now, if we continue to drop down, I'm gonna leave the testing area, but basically the first testing area is gone. Is showing also a potential of finished correction here, and we might move up. But you need, of course, to take the 200 to continue for higher. Unless it is 3 ways, probably testing against this area here, right? And then, of course, as a 1, 2, still potentially 1, 2, and then moving 3, 4, 5 again. 886, okay. We're looking for another low, which is our also testing area for there, which it might be a W, X, and a Y here, where we might still can be in a big 1, 2 again, and then moving up. Finally, $167 is your bearish signal. Very simple. If you take this, it's your bearish here. You're looking for something very deep. ABC expanding flat. 3 ways down, 3 ways up, and probably here something very, very deep. Probably a wave 2, as we were mentioning also yesterday. Okay, so meaning there is no extension here. There is no extension anymore. This has transformed, of course, to something corrective. And that means, of course, that also your impulse there is gonna shrink again, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 1 finished there. And we continue as an extension because we saw, of course, a leading diagonal there. That's why we were looking for something extending still, possibly. But yeah, we're gonna watch what's gonna happen. Of course, I'm not gonna change the plans right now before taking the signal at $167. All right, that was for Nvidia. Let's see Tesla at 36 minutes 30. So for Tesla, we are looking also for this one more high, but Tesla doesn't want to take it. But obviously, that it's gonna take it sooner or later because it is very corrective here, 3 ways, right? And potentially this is kind of like still 1, 2, and you're looking for 3, 4, 5. Now, what I'm pretty sure that we're gonna take is the 516 in precision target because of course you need it from this ABC, okay? And this ABC is your diagonal wave 5 because you are in an ending diagonal here in zigzags. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You need this zigzag as well to repeat for a wave 5. $515, $16 is very likely was one more high and then dropping down. Be careful because we might finish all the structures there, all of them. Okay, so all the count here for the bullish, for the bearish, for the sideways, everything is gonna finish inside this blue box and we drop down. Now, how much down? It depends, of course, in case this is gonna transform to leading diagonal wave 1 and then 2. Therefore, you don't take the low here and then you move up again later on. But it's gonna be, this is a minimum drop probably for Tesla. Okay. So still to be watched, of course, on the lower time frame, as we mentioned, we still very, very corrective. And of course, testing area has been taken. And also we saw a reaction, which it should continue for higher, guys. All right, it should be. Yep, so we'll see with also Tesla. So yeah, that was it for the main list. So let's move to your special request. Let's see what do we have today. Some good stocks, some good setups probably. And we'll see. WDC, which is Western Digital Corporation. We never did this before. Okay. And obviously a fresh chart, not so much old one. Okay. So maybe 4 days is more than enough. Let me check. Okay, yes. Okay. So new psychology, of course, should be found there, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an impulse, correction, wave 2 or wave B, ABC expanding flat, 1, 2. Okay, something start to go wrong here. Okay, unless it is in a several 1, 2s here, because this is very strong. Okay. So I'm going to show you the problems here. Now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's totally fine. Wave 1 or wave A. Then you got a correction. What you have here, first, invalidation. Yeah, so you cannot count an impulse. You can count only probably diagonal, wave 1, ABC expanding flat. Now, if you are in an expanding flat, wave 2 here, that means this is your wave 3, and your wave 3 has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But this did not happen. You got invalidation again. Plus, after a range here, you move impulsively toward the upside. And that means, of course, this is still probably a wave 3. And guess what? This probably even a 1, 2 again, and then double 1, 2 there. So even if we want to count this like 3 ways down, 3 ways up, even, yeah, it doesn't work. Yes, so this is the only possibility. All right, let me label this as a potential 1, 2. You have 3, 4, and a 5. Another possibility here, of course, for the diagonal. So we have leading diagonal as a potential wave 1, A, B, and a C expanding flat wave 2, and then 3, 4, 5 to be finished because, yeah, we don't have a wave 3 yet here. So we're going to put this in brackets. Another 1, 2 here, 3, 4, and a 5. We're going to put this in blue. Those are all still to be covering in the top probably. Of course, we're going to get the scenario for something totally different as bearish probably, but yeah, it's coming after. So this is also an impulse. You have a 1. This is your wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're going to put this also in yellow. All right, let's extend. Here we go. So yeah, basically you have really a lot of 1, 2s here. 3, 4, and a 5. And that because, of course, I'm doing this because I see the impulse already. Definitely, yes. So if this is another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this is, of course, your wave 3. Okay, this is the main wave 3 right now, unfolding. And that means, of course, you would like to see here a very strong move toward the upside, right? So Western Digital Corporation, okay. Interesting. What does they do? What do they do, guys? Do you know something about it to just get the fundamental? Is it, I mean, digital, okay. Obviously, something with technology, which is very, of course, yeah, probable to explode, as we see. So yeah, very likely can be. So currently you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your main wave 3, then 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, of course, to unfold, yeah, toward the upside. Now targets, if we're looking where this wave 3 might ends up as a wave 3 impulse here, well, you already reach above the 1.618, which is very, very interesting. Let me check and just put it in precision. Yes, above it, 148, I would say. Very interesting. So yeah, the things might move really high. However, I don't see really significant correction here. It's very bullish. Um, so yeah, 2.618 can be very likely, guys. Can be very extended towards the 2.618 here. Okay, so it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. So blue box, I would say, yeah, be careful with it. Okay, it might make a retracement, but I think it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking not bad. Very interesting. Now, if we gonna think in different perspective, yeah, so we have to take it in different also perspective, and I would like to separate this like kind of like a three ways up, potential triangle correction in a complex one, right? I don't know what happened in trading view. Okay, it is working by itself, trading view right now. I don't know. Okay, so in this case, it is a potential three waves up, and then of course you might have kind of like correction here, can be the W, and you might have an impulse. So two possibilities, which it might be A, B, and a C, regular flat. So this is your round blue scenario, okay, which it might also finish up here. Sorry, this is the A, B, and a C round, okay. It might finish up also around this area, so be careful. Or it might be a W, X, and a Y. W, X, and a Y. I prefer to put the W here, and sorry, also the wave B and the wave A. Okay, so this is a difference. Here we go. So a W, X, and a Y, which it might be, of course, finishing a structure here three ways, right, after the X. And a wave Y, of course, can be somehow looking for a zigzag, for a flat, or a triangle. Yeah. So that was for WDC. LLY at 45 minutes. Eli Lilly and Company. All right, we did this before. Okay, I don't know what's going on with TradingView today, guys. It's very slow, very laggy. Oh my god, every single. All right, so in LLY, we're looking here at a wave one, obvious, very clear impulse, no debate about it. Wave A or wave one, wave two or wave B, and we're looking also at a very clear impulse toward the upside. Very nice. We have a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, we're still unfolding this wave 5. Interestingly, that we have hit it 100% somehow. And yeah, W, X, and a Y in a wave 4. You are in a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, you're looking for this target here. Yeah, so take in, yes, exactly. You're looking for the same target, and we are on the way to it. 3,125 can be, of course, but start from there, 2,000. Okay, so it might be very likely. Very nice and very bullish one. I'm not gonna dive deeper. Everything is working as water and as expected here. For Visa, we start at 47 minute. Visa, all right. So for the Visa, we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 3, 4, and a 5. This wave 5, of course, is still unfolding in a 1, 2, and wave 3, given not finished yet, probably here. On the daily for this wave 5, we have a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and still ranging here. Okay, very interesting, this range. Unless it is, of course, a 1, 2. So this is a wave 4, and you are, yes, in a leading diagonal here, or impulse, sorry, because you don't have intersection with the zone 1. So definitely wave 1. Wave 2. Now, I believe that because you're moving so much in time here, be careful. It might be a W, X, and a Y finished, because you finished right now 3 ways down, even if you didn't took the low. Okay, because you pay here with time rather than with less prices or lower prices, you might move again toward the upside. Unless, of course, you take this low, you hit the 0.618 as expected as well, and you move simply to the next target toward the upside. By all means, everything is corrective here, and the trend is upward, and the target is still the same towards the 472, 436. Everything is working still as water and as expected again. So the same scenarios. NVO, Novo Nordisk, okay. I remember this one. It was like dropping very massively since a while, yes. So that because, of course, a very clear impulse is finished there. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 is clearly done and finished for a wave 1 or a wave A. And after this, we still, of course, potentially looking for lower here impulsively again, because, of course, we mentioned that this is a wave 1 or a wave A. And because, of course, you got a correction here as a wave 2 or a wave B, currently you continue the impulse downward. Minimum target is $31. Very massive for this one, so be careful from it again, guys. Okay, be careful from this one. I don't see yet a bottom. If this was your question as well, if you're asking if we have bottomed, no, not yet. Okay, and this is still an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, no invalidation, meaning a very great healthy one, and you're still looking for lower. That because, of course, A, B, and a C, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 dropping really massively, so be careful. All right, so that was for Novo Disk. Dow Jones at 50-minute. Dow Jones or DGI. Okay. So we mentioned for Dow Jones yesterday, I remember in the live, that we're still looking for higher, right? I'm still looking for higher, and I'm still looking for this blue box. Everything is still working perfectly. Confirmation for lower, sarcastically, not taken, was a very, very small, tiny gap, but this is Elliott wave, right? This is why we do it, because we never sell before getting, of course, the confirmation. And if the price stays above this level, well, higher possibility to move for higher. And here we are. So you are here potentially, of course, in even several 1, 2s. You can call it if you want like this. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 toward the upside. Target is still the same, guys. Okay, I'm still looking for the same area here for this scenario. So if we want a little bit maybe more precision, we can get one. So here we go. How much precise is that? 1.618 for a wave 3 might ends up exactly at the 50K 600 in confluence with the 0.618 taken from the wave 1 based on the wave 3 for a wave 5 here. Interesting, right? So everything still working the same as water. Nothing, of course, yet bearish. I still see, of course, a potential for higher prices. Same target. All right, MDB, let's see this one. We are at 51 minute 30. All right, 30. Okay, so for MDB, which is Mongo, all right. We never did this. I think yes, we did it. Okay, yeah. Not recommended chart again, of course, because of the 3 waves. Now, the only good thing maybe that it is toward the upside and not downward. That means after 3 ways up, you're looking here potentially for a triangle. Don't forget A, B, C, D, E, 886, 886, 886. So very likely that it is, of course, a triangle here. And you're looking for a wave C towards the upside. Okay. Target for this one cannot be really very precise yet, but of course you can take it if you want to be safer. You can take the lowest target here as a regular flat wave C. Of course, don't go logarithmic here. Don't go logarithmic. Just go simple linear. And the linear target might be between the 745 or 716 here. Okay, so A, B, C, D, and E, and you move for a wave C upward. All right, guys, so that was it for MDB. Let's see USAR at 53 minutes. USAR, which is USA Rare Earth. Okay. Yeah, we did this also before. Yeah, very, very choppy chart. I mean, why you want to trade this complex chart? Yeah, so obviously the X, W, X, and a Y here is playing. Yeah, so especially that you start already with a triangle, W, you have an X here as 3 ways up, and you simply invalidation of bullish taken. So already, as I mentioned, starting with such a chart is very, very risky. So be careful from this one, not recommended at all. You are very impulsive downward, and that means, of course, you might unfold a wave Y here as a zigzag. Okay. This is what I believe. No 1-2. It has been confirmed, by the way. Yeah, it has been confirmed by taking invalidation of bullish, meaning, okay, you cannot call nothing here as 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, or something like this. Everything is very corrective. So, yeah, trade safe was this one. It's dropping down. I don't know why, but it's dropping. All right, MVST, we are at a 54 minute 30. MVST. Microvast holding, okay. We never did this, all right. Is it a good one on the all-time history? No, it's horrible. But not that much. Probably, of course, it is. It's maybe, of course. This is a problem. When we say maybe, this is not good for trading, right? You want to be, of course, a little bit much more confident. So the chart doesn't give us confidence here. Why? You lack of data. You don't know where we're heading. Now you know you are downward, which is worse. And of course, when you have 3 ways, also is bad, unless, of course, you see something as an impulse toward the upside. Okay. And before breaking this high, you cannot really trust this chart so much as others. Okay, so always preferable, of course, to go safer, right? So you would like to see what you would like to see after this potential diagonal 1, 2, and you would like to see a massive wave 3 breaking the high. If this happens, okay, the things might be changing the course here, but of course, be careful always from the trap. Wave B expanding flat. Here we go. What if, okay, but still, of course, it can be bullish, but I mean here until here. But what if you have 3 ways down? Then you get a wave A, which is your diagonal, wave B, C here, meaning a bigger zigzag, to finish a wave B, meaning A, B, and a C. Horrible, right? So, yeah, be careful with this one. So, to be, of course, I mean, it can be somehow like this in brackets, and the major scenario is the A, B, and a C. And I believe that it might happen, so be careful with it also. Yeah, so it can happen. All right, this is for Microvast Holdings. PG, Procter and Gamble. Okay. Okay, so PG. Procter and Gamble Company. All right. How much this is? Okay. Is it really related to something with gambling? All right. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, very obvious. 4, 1, 2, 1, 2 again. Okay, you are unfinished wave 5 here. All right. So inside this wave 5, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. You're still in a wave 3 here, unfinished. Okay. Yes. So this is looking very high. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Why? Because you might have here a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, which is unfinished yet for a wave 3. Okay, so inside it, why? Because you have 1, 2, and then of course another potential impulse, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your wave 3 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a double 1, 2, or maybe just 1, 3, 4, and a 5. This is a mini white. Or let's put it in gray. So basically, even the wave 3 not finished yet of it. So something like this, plus another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is a white scenario to finish a wave 5 in the orange and a wave 3 in the yellow, then final 4 and a 5. That means, of course, you're looking here 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to be finished for a wave 3, and then 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Targets, if we are talking about targets here, we would like to see a wave 3 as an impulse for this. Okay, so we would like to see an impulse finishing inside this area as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we take it from there. Okay, we take it from there. But this is basically what you might get here. UEC at a 59 minute. UEC. Uranium energy. Yes, so we did this before, of course, many times. We got kind of invalidation of triangle, so that's also very nice. Because if you are in A, B, C, D, you went out of this triangle before finishing a wave E, which is, okay, something bullish here, 1, 2, right? Or A, B, C at least. Targets at the 1-to-1 fib level for the wave C can be already taken there, so be careful, because you can be here very possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. It can be finished. And 1-to-1 fib level, look at the reaction exactly with precision. This was our first target. Unless, of course, we get one more high, 1.618, and it might continue for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even for higher. And that means you are very bullish, meaning wave 3. Okay, so everything right now working, also flowing like water, right, as expected. But we gotta be careful right now, because you hit the target, first target. Now you need to see the reaction. If we drop down, and the confirmation that we're dropping down and we don't move for higher again, is exactly this one, invalidation of bullish. This is a 100 almost percent confirmation that you drop down here, okay, after 3 ways up, 3 ways down, and then moving up. And that means, of course, it might be deeper. So no targets here, just watch what's gonna happen. You cannot make a trade. Sorry guys, no financial advice, but yes, this is how you should think about it. So Reddit, I think, yes, at 1 hour 1 minute. So 1 hour 1 minute for Reddit. RDDT. Okay. We did Reddit before, and let's move to the weekly here. Yes, so we're looking here at a potential wave 5 to be finished in a very clear impulse 1, 2, 3, 4. No interfering, meaning it's a healthy one. Rules are protected or intact, and we're still looking here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. One more move for Reddit towards the 384, 492. Now, inside it, of course, if we dive a little bit inside, we can see clearly that this wave 4 took more time. Okay, A, B, and a C, and that means, of course, you are in an expanding flat here, and potentially you're not done yet. So be careful. It's an ending diagonal finishing the wave C. You know, it has to finish in 5 waves always. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, one more low. Invalidation, keep in mind, just keep it in mind in case that we come to this area in validation of bullish. Okay, but we're still very far. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. All right. Okay. So that was for Reddit. iOS at 1 hour 2 minutes, and great, we finished on time today, within 1 hour. That's great. uh all right, I love punctuality. All right, guys, so we have iOS or ionos group. All right, so we have an A, B, and a C toward the upside. Guess what? Invalidation taken. Okay, so be careful from this one. That's very, very, yeah, it's not looking good. You did not finish the impulse, you got invalidation, and that means, of course, it turns it into W, X, and a Y here. That's horrible. All right, so that's not a good one. W, X, and a Y. So it's done here. Or even it can be ABC, sorry, also. Yeah, I mean, at the end, the wave C can be done and finished there, but I don't see a wave 5. This is a problem. There is no wave 5, guys, here. Yes, so no, very likely WX and Y. Sorry for the noise. It's a Berlin. WX and Y. Here we go. So we move down. Correctively. Therefore, yeah, be careful from this one. 1, 2, 3. Wow, this is very huge. Okay, I don't know what's going on fundamentally with this one. Okay, so but like not recommended. Okay, not recommended. So be careful. All right, guys. So that was it for today. Thank you for being here. I wish you also to have a nice day and always trade safe. And of course, see you in the next one in the intradays. Have a nice day. Bye bye.